Books are one of mankind's oldest forms of entertainment. Even with the arrival of movies and television, an estimated average of 705 million books were sold each year between 2004 and 2022. On this episode of Just Another List Show, we're diving into the world of make-believe and looking at the 10 best-selling books of all time. Number 10, Dream of the Red Chamber by Xuěqín. Written in 1791, Dream of the Red Chamber is one of China's 4 great classic novels and has sold more than 100 million copies. Scholars believe the story is based on the author's life, as well as those of the people around him, and includes an incredibly large cast of more than 400 characters, each of whom provides a unique insight into 18th century Chinese society. Number 9, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. As arguably the world's greatest fantasy author, it's no surprise that Tolkien's The Hobbit makes this list. With more than 100 million copies sold worldwide, this prequel to The Lord of the Rings is a must-have for any fantasy enthusiast. Interestingly, Tolkien wrote this story for his children, but over the years the title has blossomed into a household name. Number 8, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. What happens when 10 strangers arrive at a millionaire's mansion for dinner but end up murdered one by one? You get the classic 1939 mystery And Then There Were None, which sold more than 100 million copies. Toss in creepy nursery rhymes, an inescapable island, and a plot you won't see coming, and it's easy to see why the story continues to sell off the shelves. Number 7, Scouting for Boys by Robert Baden-Powell. This is the first, and could be argued by some as the only, non-narrative book on this list. Scouting for Boys was published in 1908 and has sold more than 100 million copies worldwide. The book was written as a handbook of practical advice and leadership skills used in training for the Boy Scouts. The book also includes autobiographical stories from the former British general to accompany the basics of outdoor survival. Number 6, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Although J.K. Rowling has tarnished her brand in recent years thanks to some unfavorable comments she's made online, it's impossible to neglect the impact she's made on young adult readers. With more than 120 million copies sold, The Sorcerer's Stone is the first in a series which has become one of the largest IPs in history, branching out into movies, video games, toys, and more. Number 5, Le Petit Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Le Petit Prince, or The Little Prince, is a beloved French children's book that sold more than 140 million copies and translated into more than 300 languages since it was first published in 1943. The story follows a prince on a journey to find a safe place to hide his favorite flower, tying in elements of fantasy to tell an emotional tale about life's greatest lessons. Number 4, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Similar to Harry Potter, Tolkien's Lord of the Rings saga has become transformed into movies and has been the basis for numerous video games, fan fiction, and toy franchises. The first installment of Frodo Baggins' epic journey to deliver the One Ring to Mordor has sold more than 150 million copies. And, as arguably one of the biggest influencers in the fantasy genre, those numbers will undoubtedly continue to rise. Number 3, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. This book was originally published in 31 weekly installments in Dickens' periodical All the Year Round. With more than 200 million copies sold, A Tale of Two Cities is easily one of Dickens' most successful pieces of work. Set before and during the French Revolution, the story of Dr. Manette has been adapted into film, radio, television, and the stage, helping it remain a consistent influence on popular culture. Number 2, Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. If you haven't read this 1605 masterpiece, you may not understand why it's the second most sold book in the world. Considered the first modern novel, Don Quixote has been translated into more than 140 languages and helped cement the modern Spanish language. Because of its popularity and the theme's continued relevance, more than 500 million copies have been sold since its release. And number 1, the Bible. It may not be a surprise that the leading text for the Christian faith is number 1. What may surprise you is that the difference in sales between the Bible and Don Quixote is no small measurement. With more than 5 billion copies sold, the Bible is by far the most sold book in the world. But what about other religious texts? Why are they not on the list? Well, what sets the Bible apart is its translations. As of 2022, at least one part of the book has been translated into more than 3,500 different languages. There you have it. Those are the 10 best-selling books in the world. What do you think of our list? Did we make a mistake? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel and check out the other videos up on your screen now.